me on this side. And then I'll disconnect from this side because of the censorship. And we can continue the read. And then Paula, do you hear me, Paula? If you could meet me on the Y, letter T, CHANNEL. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, sweetheart, you were going to give me the next question on the Gemini. All right, guys, thank you so much. If you want to meet me on that side, you can. I'll be back on this one to do free yes and no, but I do my readings uncensored, so I'll be back. All right, I was just signing off on there. There we go. Okay. Okay. I don't see it turn out exactly like you want at first. There's something like a delay or some kind of change, and then later, yes. So I do see the romance, the closeness. Yes, I do. It ends up being what you want, but not the way you envision it. So this is showing it gets to the good stuff later. So I do see, so I don't know if he gets there on time. I would say no. To answer your question, no. I would say that the way that you are envisioning, so keep your plans, keep your plans and do your thing, but don't feel let down. Just be hopeful and you know, be more open-minded, like saying, you know, whatever's going to happen, it's cool, because this ends up being, you know, you and him having romantic time, connection, you know, talking really close, and you know, all of that stuff. It leads to that stuff. So the romance and all that, eye contact, laughing together, enjoying, you know, your company, yes, it does. But I don't see that from right off the bat it's exactly how you want it. So this can be that he gets there late, or maybe he sees you, he's on the phone with you maybe like most of the evening, and you end up hanging out that way, and then the next day he drives to you. Whatever it is, there's no sad letdown, but there is a change in what's expected. So I would say, no, it's not exactly how you have planned, but yes, the end result is happy. That's what I have to tell you as far as that. Oh no, don't worry about it. I see a lot of laughter. Yeah. So that's your last question, but that's not my last question. So I'm going to give it one more whirl, and I'll add some tarot in there, okay? But I'm on my like second bottle of water, and I'm wiggling, so I need to go take a bathroom break, a restroom break. I'll be right back. Is that okay with you, or do you have to go? Because I'm like wiggling. You can't read when you're wiggling, okay? You're doing the dance. That's a lot of Gemini energy. Yeah, you're okay. Your sun is his moon. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, did you ever fill out a astrology form for me? That would be great, because I'll look up soulmate information for both of you. I mean, I usually charge for that, but like I said, I don't mind. You know, sometimes I insert it for people. Okay. Let me go to the restroom break, and I'll be back. Hang on. Sorry. You said, no, is it on the site? Yes, it's on the site. But if you don't have, just next time that you pop in, you know, just have that for me. You know, like fill that out for me, and I'll do it because I have to bring my laptop and stuff because it's astrology. I got to bring out my astrology software. But it would be something important to look at. But I already see there's so much destiny with both of you. Okay, so we answered the thing about the birthday party plans. I see a good outcome, but I don't see it matching exactly what you want, exactly what you expect. Okay, so that's fine. That's okay. All right. I'm going to ask again what his intentions are with you. Okay? So let me just 1 second to connect. And then I'm going to do a little bit of tarot. I'm going to throw in a little bit of tarot. Okay? His intentions with you are romantic. So it doesn't mean his intentions with you are to, you know, in an ugly way, have a good time, wham bam, thank you ma'am kind of thing. Because sometimes I see the energy be like that. Sometimes a person asks about a guy and I'll be like, okay, you know, he just wants to go to the bakery. But with this one, it's romantic. So that means there's emotional stuff there. So it's, you know, it's deep. So this is the second time I see that. Okay. All right. So what happens if you, you know, take the fertile window? All right. Let's talk about it so you're not confused. Like I said, a lot of things, destiny is bigger than us. So a lot of things will take hold and that's it. But it's still an energy that's very potent right now. So that means that in one way or another, it will play out if it's destined that strongly. But this would be a fertile window that there would be more, obviously. There will be more, okay? So it also talks about if it's not this time, it's going to be at some point in the future that's the significance of both of you. Understand that. So in other words, like, oh, you know, this fertile window path, doesn't matter. I already saw it with pure strength. So at some point, this is a very important theme in both your lives. But then again, you gotta, you know, understand that, you know, choices and medical science and all kinds of things are, you know, exist where that can be blocked. But in other words, you know, I think I explained it before, but it's important you know, that I explain it a little bit more so you understand, because people are like, it's difficult. It's difficult to understand the fertile line and, you know, and love and windows of time and, you know, stuff like that. Okay. So I'm going to do an energy check with the dice, just to see the energy right now for him and you. And then I'm going to do a little tarot, unless you have other crystal ball questions. If you can think of other crystal ball questions, I will definitely continue, because we can strive for more. But I'm going to do a tarot just to dig at some things I need to know so that you leave with a complete, we're not going super deep, but it's for you to understand, you know, anything else that may be important for you to know. Okay? Yeah. Ah. Oh, sweetheart, we gotta talk. This is why I do these things. You see the difference? I don't think, well, wait till I do the reading, but then you'll understand why I go deeper, okay? Just give me a second. You're making a very big mistake with the Gemini. He feels not jealous, but like you have someone else you love more. He would be a hell of a lot more pursuing you and close to you. Who's this other guy in this picture? I don't like it. That means that you should, in your history together, that means that you might have talked about a guy, or maybe were friends with a guy and the Gemini noticed, or maybe you innocently shot some photos or whatever, and he thought, oh no, they're together. There is a signal you sent out, whether your Libra social butterfly energy did it by accident, or whether you said something the wrong way. There is something that you made an impression where your reality and your concept of it might be like, what? But the Gemini's like, oh. So this reading is telling me that the reason there's been a resistance or some kind of, he's living with the feeling, not this moment, because this moment when you invited him, he's excited about it, and there's going to be some romance and all of those things, right? But we're talking a little bit before, don't get confused with the crystal ball, because the crystal ball is telling you like the zone you're in now. You're about to enter like closeness, you're going to progress with your connection with him. But we're looking a little bit in the past, and there's something that has led him to feel that you were really in love with someone very deeply. In other words, you don't love as much as you did that person. So if you had a love of your life, or you were infatuated with someone, that's when the Gemini will think, well, I can't be that for her. Like that was her person. Did you tell him stories about somebody? What exposure did you? Okay, but this is not because of tarot, unless he's reading inaccurately for himself, and then he's believing something false, which unfortunately sometimes happens. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Congratulations on the daughter. That's cool. I know he doesn't have any children. I know that for a fact. Yeah. It could be that unfortunately, he's falsely reading, and he's just, his fears. When some people, and it comes from not enough experience, a person can accidentally project their own fears in a reading. And you got to learn how to block that out. And unless he's believing something, or maybe he got a reading from someone else on top of his reading, I'll check. But forget all that. Let's talk about real life. Is there anything in the past year where he could think, even remotely, just is there anything that where he could think that, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay, I just read that. Yeah, yeah. Um, that was your a lot like your deepest love. So did you say something to him in the beginning of the relationship? Reflecting back on that, oh, I loved him so much. Oh my God, something like that. Is there something that he could have seen? Let me find out. Let me find out. It's not your ex. No, it's not your ex. No, ma'am. Okay. Okay. So it's not your ex. So you could take that idea and throw it out because you know what you were saying, that you thought it was your kid's dad. That's not him. So that means it could be if you have not stimulated anything with information or posts or conversation or gossip or anything friends could have said, if there's no way that it could have trickled down to him feeling like, oh, Kobe's got somebody she's really into, and if there's nothing like that, then it could be from fears and a reading, or maybe he got a reading on top of his reading from someone else, which some people do, unfortunately, and they, the person will just say, yeah, that's what happened, and then they're living that's the being misled spiritually, so that's not good. Maybe when you guys are a couple, you can stir him in a different direction, because that's not good to live like that. I could check if it's spiritually led. Would you like me to? Or do you feel that it was something you might have said? In other words, real people, real situation? Or do you feel that this worry that he's had comes from a reading? It could be. I can check, but I want to check the real life first. Anything you could have said? What about a friend? Anything of your friend could have said, oh yeah, she really loved this person, or... Because this is clearly saying to me that the Gemini, I'll read it again. This is clearly saying to me that the Gemini would be a hell of a lot close to you by now, but he feels that he's like second fiddle. Okay. By the way, separate topic here, but did you walk away from a job that could have brought you a lot of money? Okay. I love New Orleans. NOLA. It's one of my favorite places. I lived there for a bit. Okay, so was there a job that you walked away from, or there's like maybe something that you were thinking of going back to? There's something, this is separate from the love stuff, but it came up. Is there something that you used to love that you used to do? It's something that's kind of connecting to the past and money or opportunity. Maybe going back to something that you loved, or maybe this was maybe wanting to go back to where you used to work. Anything like that where it goes back into the past? Because it talks about someone kind of missing or regretting. Okay, it could have been the interview. Yeah, it could have been the interview, because this reading in particular, I see what you're saying. It's not going to go so far back into everything you loved. Like astrology reading would do something like that. Like music, you're saying. It wouldn't be something so deeply far life. It's going to be something like relevant to now. So I would say it would be the interview. Let me check out what that, 1 second. I'm saying that you should try with that job again. Okay? That's why it's coming up. So this is a great time to do a little job spell, little money spell and job spell. But the reading is, if you're not magical minded, which you should be because Libras have a talent for magic. But anyway, this is, I mean, I sell that stuff, but I also a lot of times just give people little free recipes, you know, depending on budget and stuff, because I know some people can't buy, you know, spells and stuff and a triple spell candle and the shipping and all that. But I do offer all that. But yeah, a lot of times I give little recipes that help people out. You can just get it at the grocery store. But this is something important because yeah, this is something the reading is telling you, FYI, don't give up on that interview in that place. I don't know why. Well, you know, don't worry, I'm not going to open up a whole job reading on this, but it's enough to tell you don't give up. So that means fill out again, and they'll see your effort. There's something with that, persistence. Okay, let's go back. We're going to ask if it was spiritually led. I just couldn't ignore that job thing. Okay. It's his own readings. He's not going to anyone else. So I checked a couple of times to see if I could see the reader. I didn't see a reader because he's not going to another reader. He's doing it himself. So yeah, he's being misled. Okay, so that's sad. That's so sad. That's so sad. Oh my God. No, the cards are doing him harm. That's not a good thing. You know? Okay, you know that's something like low-key you should tell him later on? I'm serious. At some point, like, aren't you Sag rising? Oh yeah, the Sag rising will blurt it out. You know, you read stupid crap. You shouldn't believe what you read. The Libra part of you will be all like, you know, well-mannered and say the right thing, and then the Sag rising will just be like, you know, just here's the truth in your face. I'm telling you, at one point it's gonna come out of your mouth. All right, so that's where it's coming from. Okay, not a problem. So then just hang on one second. Okay, so now let me do the final part. All right, we're gonna end the reading with 3 cards. So we did crystals, crystal dice, crystal runes, crystal ball. So it was mostly 90% crystal or 95% crystal reading. And then we'll do, because these are crystal gemstone runes. They're not plastic or anything. And these are actual carved crystal stone. dice, so it's still crystals. Okay, so we're going to end with 3 cards just to get a refreshing closure. And I'm just going to focus on the Gemini and the love romance. Okay, I see that in the path forward, I see that you guys are going to be going from a separate, semi-broken, semi-working, semi-functioning, weird distance to getting to the bottom of, you know, yeah, to getting the relationship flowing. I do suggest that you take more initiative and use very clear words, like instead of waiting on him and tiptoeing around, take more initiative and say, you know, so inviting him was great. So at this point, no pressure, just, hi, I'm so great, happy to see you, I can't wait to see you. It's I'm so excited, you know, something nice like that. That's it. That's all that I have to say, is that I'm sure there's details that are going to happen, you know, but this wasn't that kind of reading. This reading was looking at the most important parts, and it's about, I mean, I'm sure we could sit here 4 more hours, you know, looking at, you know, friend gossip and family stuff and stuff he's thought about, and maybe a couple of weird, awkward moments that are going to happen between you guys, where you go from, you know, long distance, a little separate, to long distance, more close. I'm sure there's a lot of little things. Yeah, you can't live like that. You're right on the eggshells, because Gemini males, they could be scared off by that potent Sag rising, which, you know, it's like Sagittarius is here and take what I have to say or leave. You know, I'm very direct. I feel very secure when I'm saying. Libra is very, hang on, let's kind of see which way the wind's blowing. Let's see what kind of mood he's in. I don't want to stir the pot. So I like your approach. There's nothing wrong with it. I think eggshells has been good in some ways, because you seem gentle. Gemini males are very turned on by that, you know, sweet damsel. So they like that very much. They don't like the alpha too much. You could be both, which I like that. But I think it's time to get a little bit stronger and not do the eggshell thing too much, but just kind of take initiative, like you invited him. Good way. And now you're like, I can't wait to see you. I'm happy, happy things. What you want to do from here to then is happy stuff. Happy birthday, by the way. I hope you have a great birthday. But what you want to do is you want to, as happy as you can, happy and smiling and good stuff. And then when you meet, then you can just be in that moment, take it into its natural setting, and then be a little bit closer, be a little bit more real. When you are face to face, laugh, be honest, and show more sides of you, and then let him know your feelings. Don't wait so much. Say, I want to be closer to you. We're long distance, but I want to see if I can visit you more, because I really want this to work, because I'm determined. Like, the way I feel about you is unmatched. That right there, saying something like that in the perfect moment is important, because he's going to be like, wow. Okay, that's good. That just means that he, you make him nervous too. But you can't let you can't just be silent or wait for, just say the perfect thing every time. You gotta take initiative in the situation. And from here to then, I think just say as many happy things as you can, positive, happy. When you're with him, a lot of laughter, make him feel comfortable, both of you. And then you'll get to that, he'll open up a little bit, you open up a little bit, and then, you take it from there and you say, I've never felt this way with anybody. I want this, to work. This is, something reassuring, something that's going to make him feel like, wow, confidence. You want to do that, but you want to follow his energy. So if he says something, you can plug something, use your intelligence, use your wisdom, and you plug something else, and he'll be like, really? And then you let him follow the lead, but you become stronger in what you're saying so that you can stir the conversation. So by the time you both leave, you don't have to guess what each other was thinking. I don't want that. I don't want you to wonder what he was thinking. I want you to just be in the moment. Let's get down to the bottom of it. If he says, I really miss you, say, I miss you too. I don't know what it is about you, but that's when you insert and you say, you plant that seed. I don't know what it is about you, but I've never felt like this with anybody. It's kind of weird, but hey, it's I don't know, it's cool. And then he'll say, yeah, me too. And something like that. And then he'll say, man, I'm gonna miss you a lot. And you could say, honestly, we could do something about that, because I don't wanna lose this thing, because this is like electric. And then he'll say, yeah, you're right. And then you could say something funny. You could say, so are you gonna call me and annoy me a lot? Because I like to be annoyed, And then I don't want you to be a stranger. And then he could say, yeah, no, are you going to bug me? Bug me. I want to talk to you every day. And you, with humor and seeing his vibe and seeing his, you can use that, because you want that visit or that moment to end in the way that suits you and aligns with that. You want to break down those barriers to the point where you're on the phone with each other and you have an open, heart to heart with anything, and you start getting closer and closer, the good, the bad, the ugly. That's what you need to, those baby steps. And you do a lot with tenderness, happiness, humor, and then you see what he's feeling, and then that's when you make a bold statement in the right way. Okay? And that's that, because either way, the odds are for you, not against you. This is a time in your life relative to now. I'm not saying 8 months from now. I'm saying now. This is a time in your life with that Gemini. I'm seeing that the odds are for you. There's something positive happening at this time in your life. When your astrology, it must be. I'm not looking at your horoscope, but I imagine if I did, I'd see it immediately. That this is like a season, a time frame, a time section where love is positive. This is a great time right now. You wait later and the time will pass. So this is a time where, because you're rooting for this and you're connecting to it and you're going to try your best, this is a fruitful time. I see that it's not going to take a lot for you to get into a relationship with him and for it to flourish. I don't see that at this time. I know you had a rough beginning, but I don't see that happening now. I see things flowing, provided, of course, that you connect with the current energy of this time. If you fight it, then of course you're going to get a different result, but he's still going to be available to you at this time. You understand what I'm saying to you? In other words, your energy can either go for this time or against it, because it's your choice. No matter what, I see him trying. So if he's trying and you try right back, it takes off. If you resist, which I know you won't because you're into him, but I'm just saying, there's a difference between a person saying, oh, I want to try right now, and my effort is 100%, and I'm manifesting so much my head hurts. Okay, that's great, but if you're doing that at a downtime in the energy, I don't care how hard you try, it's not the right time. So that's why I'm saying to you, this is the right time. So this is going in your favor. So I'm sure the reading is not delving into like extra important stuff that's going to happen, but it's covering the most important. What is he feeling? What's going on? I feel that it's a destined love. I feel that life is just parking both of you like that. You're going to figure out the long distance at some point. And I see it that you're meant to be romantically involved is how I see this. It's destiny. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, I just don't want you to think, like if there's like small things that occur, it's not in the reading. Yeah, but it's not the big picture. The big picture is, what I'm saying to you. It's a journey, but have faith in it. Okay, 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, so the reading is closed. I always check with Spirit just in case there's something, we need to catch. What do you call those things? The little bowls with the little holes? I can't think of it now. A sifter? A sifter, right? A sieve? One of those things. I kind of do that in a reading. Like when you're putting the spaghetti in the little bowl with the little holes that it drains it. A strainer. Sorry, I can't think this morning. But it's also a sieve, like sieves, right? That has the smaller little holes. I kind of do that with readings, just in case there's something important that it won't fall. Yeah. The other day, I couldn't think of the word ladle. The spoon. I'm like, well, ladle. Words can be confusing sometimes. Anyway, and if you speak more languages like I do, then you really have those days. Because you can think of it in one language and you can't remember it in the other language. That sucks. Do you have any other questions? Are you worried about anything? Thank you, Paula. It was you who said strainer. Yeah, I was thinking sieve. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Both of you said strainer. Okay, thank you. Why was I thinking colander? I was thinking colander. Okay, the reading closed. Just have confidence. There's nothing for you to do. Just to have more faith in things. And the moment you realize that, he's being misled spiritually, that I know you kind of suspected it, but I'm telling you now, because I picked up on that weird jealousy kind of thing, and then you had a hunch that it was misled. Because you have that knowledge, it's empowering to you, because that means that when he says certain things, you'll be aware. Your own consciousness is going to be like, wait a minute, I'm not going to say anything, but I'm aware he must think that, so then you can correct it. I think that knowledge is power. So you being super aware of what's going on, that's good for you. That's good in dealing with him. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Have a good one. Thank you, Paula, for your patience. Okay, so you wanted me to start with, so you wanted some crystal ball, you said? I forgot what you said. You wanted a couple of crystal ball questions with your reading? Let me go ahead and just clear the energy. I always do that between readings. Even if it's happy, good ones, I always clear the energy. Okay, thank you so much, sweetheart. Okay. Yeah, fill that out. Fill that out for me. I was gonna say Shirley. No, not Shirley. Kobe. What's wrong with my brain today? See ya, thank you. All right, Paula. Oh wait, no, Paula's saying see ya? Oh, to you, okay. I gotcha. You got to realize the YouTube chat stream puts a lot of purple, which is my favorite color, but the little purple boxes, they don't change the color too much. And on TikTok, I can follow who says what faster. And when I'm seeing it here, it's harder for me. But no, it's not a problem. Okay. That's why to follow the sequence of who's saying what to who, they don't change the little purple box too much in its shade. They should completely change it to another color. And then I would see the difference faster. All right, so we're gonna start. Oh, who's texting me? Uh-oh. I can't answer you right now. I'm reading. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna start off. Paula, did you want some crystal ball questions, or did you want me to just go right into the tarot? Your reading is a very deep tarot, but I think you said you wanted some crystal ball, or no? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's no problem. Not a problem. Okay. So this is a good, it's about 48 minutes, more or less, 48, 50 minutes. It's a good, long, deep reading. Okay. Go ahead, sweetheart. What question do you have for the crystal ball? Okay. So what's your specific question for the crystal ball? Yes. So, is your mother shorter than you? Or is his mother shorter than you? I know that's a weird question. I'll explain why I'm asking that in a minute, but I just wanted to... So his mom or your mom shorter than you? Okay, let me explain why. In the vision, I see you, what is obviously you, and him, and he's holding a newborn baby. So I know that you're a mom. I don't know, obviously you're there to pick up your child, and I don't know if you want more children, obviously. But we're looking at his feelings, right? So I see you standing and he's standing next to you, and there's in his arms a newborn wrapped in baby blankets, and there's a woman that's older who's shorter. Okay, so so it's not a toddler. Okay, it's not a toddler. And it's not a little kid. So you have the little kid because he's 5, and he's got a little toddler, which means he's probably around 2 or something. So this is a newborn. So it's a couple of months. It's under a year. And they are wrapped in a little baby blanket. So this doesn't mean the vision that I'm seeing. Sometimes I'll see a memory and I'll say to the person, this is a memory. Sometimes it'll be a future vision of what's going to happen, and I'll tell you, this is in the future, this will happen. This is none of those. This is his feelings. This is just letting me know that he wants long-term with you. It could be because I also saw the mother shorter, so he must know what your mom looks like, because she was in the vision. So this could mean that either he low-key wants a baby with you someday, when you become official, that he would like. It just shows that he wants to be your spouse and he wants a future with you. It's all it's telling me. So what is he feeling? He's feeling he desires you, he misses you, he wants more with you. Okay, so there's like an empty feeling because he doesn't have that. So that's what he's feeling. Okay? All right, let's go on to the next one, the next question that you have. I'm going to ask the next one, okay? Yeah, I'll answer what he likes about you, but I'm going to ask what he's afraid of, okay? What are his fears with you? Not what he's afraid of, what he's afraid of with you or about you, okay? So let's see. So this is for, what was his name again? Paul, right? Okay. Okay, fighting and not getting along. So if he had a past with his, his ex, maybe the mother of his kid or whatever, if he had a very volatile, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't want to relive what he lived through with her. That's a valid fear. A lot of people have that, I guess. Yeah, a lot of people I read for, they have that. That's normal. All right, let's ask what he likes about you. Okay. Yeah. So your dignity, so your values, which is expected. This comes from, because you have a history of being his friend, and after your loss, you didn't take that energy and fall into his arms just like that. You had a history of, you could do that now when you get a little closer in this, the latter part of this year, beginning of this year. The phase you're in now, you're ready to start a relationship with him and all of that. But in the past, you had such boundaries, and you dealt with things so intelligently, you've dealt with it so properly, classy, it made him want you more. Men don't want women that fall to them easily, like they are worthless, men want them, it's when it's harder to pursue, and she's strong, and she's you know, it's harder for them. They have to work hard at it, you know? Yeah. So it added to, I mean, you were not doing it to play hard to get. You were doing it because you were truly broken. And yeah, I mean, it's part of you anyway. You're not just going to open a new door right away. But you were doing it for a real reason, you know? But no matter what, it shaped it into him, you know, admiring you even more, wanting you even more, because you're not easy, you know? And I think that's why he looks at you not just as the values of what you are as a friend, as a mother, how you were as a spouse. He's really seeing in you all the qualities that he would want, except the romantic stuff, which will soon come, but he's appreciated everything else. So that's why the first thing that I see when what he likes about you, obviously he likes your hair, your face, your body, your personality. He loves all the regular things a man romantically enticed by a woman would like. But the first thing that comes out is the most important. And the first thing I see is your values, your self-worth, your poise. You know what I mean? The way that you're responsible, the way that you're a mom, your values. That's how I see it. That's the main thing that he likes about you. And it sets you apart. You said Carla, okay. Yeah, I was going to check for that anyway. That's going to be part of this reading. So I'm going to put the crystal ball aside, and I'm going to move to the tarot now, which is the deep read, and we're going to look deeply into his things. All right. So here we go. I'm sorry if the volume is too high. I'm sorry about that. I was going to lower it, but I don't want to. Oops. All right. Okay, the way he feels about Carla is that she's money, kind of money obsessed. She's very, like, she's just whatever suits her first. So she's very selfish. Can you hear me? I can't tell on YouTube live if my volume is working right. On TikTok, they let you know with a little light. But can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me? Okay. So he sees her as a very... Oh, okay, thank you. So he sees her as, you know, a woman that puts herself first. I need this for me. Well, I don't care. You figure out your problem. That's not what I need. I need this for myself. Thank you. Well, you go figure out your problem, but that's got to be done because I'm not going to bend over backwards for you. Sorry. So someone who's very strong like that, someone who's just not going to, like, instead of cooperating a lot with him, she'll cooperate if it suits her first. If it, fits what she wants first. She's a person that wants to secure things for herself. She's not giving. Oh, we bought this together. We should sell it and split it. Here you go. You're my friend. Here you go. Yeah. I just feel that he sees that she is, just that she is very. I'm just trying to lower the volume a little bit on this. I'll just pause it, make it a little bit quieter. Sorry, I didn't mean to have it so loud. I'm just seeing that he doesn't hate her, but he resents her. They don't have anything connected romantically, but I will check again. Oh, it's falling. Fell somewhere. So here's where it gets tricky. So yes, they are over. But I was checking something else. Let me do all three questions. 1 second. Let me do a complete, and then I'll give you the answer of that part. Okay, so this is, oh, and one more thing as well. Okay, so this is the part that is going to get complicated. All right, very complicated. He's lonely. He's the type of man that wants to get married the right way. He hates having his child have a broken home. It hurts him a lot. It's not something he wanted. He's dealing with it now, because it's the way it played out. But he himself, I mean, nobody ever really wants that. No parent really wants a broken home. But he really didn't want one. He didn't want that for his child. Right. I see. And the fact that it happened, it left him wanting a real marriage, a real relationship. He's very father and husband and family oriented. Very much so. In fact, he's had a lot of married friends. He's had a lot of male friends that are happily married because he desires that. He's not a guy that hangs around a large amount of single bachelor guys. Okay. He is very, he's very family oriented. Okay, so he's very traditional in that way. And he's in a situation for a while that he's been lonely as a guy. And he has, in a physical romantic way, he's been lonely. And he has seen a few lady friends. It's not like he's been completely, abstinent and he's platonic with everyone. He has had his romantic endeavors, but it's really not led to anything. He wants something deep. He is in love with you, but if you kind of look at, it's not like he's been, celibate or, like I said, just kind of just living his life and that's it. There has been connections. Yes, he is in love with you. Yes, he is in love with you. He would like completely to have a future with you. He's very curious about it because I don't know that he knows if that romantic door will ever open. Being a male Libra, I can tell you that it's going to be extremely difficult for him to open that door unless you give him a signal. I think he would be terrified to offend you. So you being a Taurus, you would have to kind of say the first thing. I would say it's been, well, let me check. I would say that it has been 2 months. So what do I mean by that? I mean that he's always found you attractive, but I'm sure that he kind of put that out of his mind because a person, he must have been in a relationship, or, you're not going to find someone ugly. If you find someone good looking, whether you allow emotions or not, you still find them, ugly or really attractive. He's always found you attractive, but I don't think he's going to feed those thoughts when he's busy with, his partner having a child, or when he was deeply in a friendship with your spouse. I'm sure he always admired your marriage. I'm sure he's always, admired when your spouse first fell in love with you and he saw pictures of you, and it's a long thing, but yeah, right, he's always found you attractive. And men stare when they are drawn to something visual, right? Women are attracted to what they hear, men are attracted to what they see. Pretty much, right? But I would say when you say the word in love, that's a tricky word. What I mean by that is, in this particular reading, is when he started wrapping his head around, maybe I could have something with her. Maybe I wonder if we would cross that line. And it started to intensify. That's what I mean by in love. It's when he puts you above any other person he was seeing, any other person he might have dated, and he would concentrate on this connection, saying, I wish with her this would go that way. I wish it would be with her. And it started to intensify. That's how it happened, gradually. He has always found you attractive. He has always been drawn to the way that you and your spouse were, and the love, and it's something he's always wanted. But he didn't sit and say, oh my God, I'm in love with her every day. It doesn't work that way. It was honest. Even being your friend, it was hard because you're very pretty to him. But he didn't, he could handle a friendship. It's just that so much time has gone by. And he has, he's had a lot of issues with his love lives, and in the end, the one constant pure connection he's had is you, because you're talking about a real friendship. You're talking about something that the experience he's had, has never been tarnished. It's always been like, you and your spouse were like great friends to him, and then you stayed a good friend, and then he just sees you. It took him a while to see you as really single. Yeah, I'm sure you've dated and stuff, but he doesn't know those things. He doesn't know your details. So to him, it took him a while, and then it started to, the attraction was still there. It was gradual, and then like little by little, it wouldn't work out with this one, it wouldn't work out with this one, and you would be that constant. It's never been gone. It's just that this is a time right now where I think the intensity of desiring that future is here and now. I think now is this time. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, does he find his ex attractive? Yes. Or he would have never been with her. A man is not going to date a woman and be with her if she's ugly. So he had a child with her. So he doesn't think she's horrible looking. She is attractive, and sometimes he wishes it wouldn't have broken. He doesn't like her right here. He likes her, but not her heart, the way she is. She desires him because she wants him to, she thinks he's handsome. She wants him to treat her the way she wants, but that's not going to happen. They clash. Is it over? It is over. But he's lonely, and that doesn't mean he's going to cross that line. But if she wanted to be manipulative, she could probably wheel him in. I think that this is one of those times where if you want to open the chance of the romance, I believe that this would be a great time. I'm not telling you what to do. You move at the pace that you feel is comfortable. But eventually people's lives do have to progress. He's not going to stay alone forever. He's not going to wait forever. You're not going to stay alone forever. So life has to move on, and there are chances. Just like when a person, fills out for 20 jobs and they get 4 interviews and they get hired in 4 different places, you reach that point where you have to sit down and say, which job do I want? And then once you choose that job, or you don't make a choice, you're not going to have those job options available at the same time ever again. Your life will keep going. You'll have other job offers, but there's that cross in time, that crossroad. And I think it's that way with both of you. He wants a family. He has his baby, but he wants someone stable. Sure, we can look at that. Yeah, definitely. Okay, one of the things that's coming into the reading is that you must be very spiritual and very intuitive, because this is telling me that you are picking up on the Carla gives him opinions. So you might feel inside of your intuition, you might feel like there's something uncomfortable about their relationship and you don't know what it is. They're not romantically involved, even though in the deep core of each one, she wants him, she would have wanted him to pursue her the way she wants to. She's very headstrong. And deep inside, he wishes that she was sweeter so that they can work out, even though if he had one choice and God were to come down and God would say, who do you want? And he would say, you. But he doesn't know that you would go that way. He doesn't know that you would open that door. right? So if he has to go back to what has been, it's tough, it's difficult. I do see that you pick up on her energy. I do see that you pick up on, why does she bother me? Are they really over? What? No, they do talk. They do. She tries to butt into his things. He tells her things, and in other ways, he's secretive. Sometimes Libra males can have a very good co-parenting relationship with the ex. I have found that a lot of the Libra men that I read for, they never really have a, she's my enemy, I hate her, it's never been like that. It's you. They usually have, they can go in if it's raining and have a cup of coffee. Okay. Which means they would never work out, because Libra with Libra is toxic. So unfortunately, but that's not, just because they match, it means they unmatch. In love astrology, a sun sign the same as the other sun sign, it explodes. It doesn't work. Exactly. And so, if it's raining outside, most exes and most situations like that, they won't even dare come inside. But Libra males, for the most part, if they do have an ex and, they have a kid together, he can go over and she'll offer him a cup of coffee, and, when the rain is done, he can go. So it's very cordial. It's very genial. They're not like enemies, but he just looks at the fact that she's never going to change, and he can't stand that. Yeah. So that's the first thing with compatibility. Yeah. So the compatibility with you and him on a romantic level is in a bit of a trouble. It's in trouble. Oh, okay, no worries. I'll wait. Not a big deal. I'm going to keep doing the reading, okay? I'm going to keep laying the cards on the table. Let me know, Paula, when you're back. Okay. Okay, so we've got, okay, so we've got that. And then I'm gonna start. Okay, let's talk about the compatibility. So the first thing we're going to go over, I'm gonna make sure that it's been on 80-minute log. I'm not sure if it's still recording. I think I'm going to. Should I end it and restart it so that I ensure it records? It's recording, but I don't want to keep reading and then I don't have the record. I want to have the record. So I'm gonna like get out of the live and come right back in, okay? All right, meet you back in like a minute. Okay.